Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. We are taking a look today at the Arizona Coyotes as we continue my off-season predictions for non-playoff teams. And we're looking today at the Arizona Coyotes. We'll be taking a look at that in this video. If you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, more videos just like this one, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. And let's take a look at the Arizona Coyotes. So the Arizona Coyotes are in an interesting spot. They have had a lot of turnover over the past couple of months. This road construction is really pissing me off, but whatever, we're going to go with it. So the coaching staff, we're going to make some changes. We are going to hire Claude Julien as the next head coach of the Arizona Coyotes. Talk about a culture change. That is exactly what the Coyotes need. And with a guy like Claude Julien, you would absolutely get that. I think this is a great option here for the Coyotes' next head coaching job, taking over Rick Tocchet. And yes, is it a little bit of an off-the-board pick? Absolutely, but I think this is exactly what the Yotes need. A little bit of stability, a little bit of structure, and some defensive accountability. I think this is a great fit for the Yotes. Moving on, we're going to see a trade here. I think the Arizona Coyotes should finish up their situation with former first-round, top 5 overall draft pick Barrett Hayton. He has not worked out for the Coyotes. Try and trade him for a defenseman. Try and figure out what Barrett Hayton's value is at this point. Would you be able to get an Oliver Chillington from Calgary? Would you be able to get a Boston's Jakub Zboril? What's the price tag for a guy like Barrett Hayton? I think Jakub Zboril has a little bit of history as well with Claude Julien in Boston. So I wonder if that would seem like a a very nice fit, to say the least. We'll go with that. So you add one of those defensemen, and then I think the Buffalo Sabres should definitely be getting some calls from the Coyotes management over the next couple of months about either Jack Eichel or Sam Reinhart. And if you're not able to land Jack Eichel because the price tag's too high, well, what about Sam Reinhart? Sam Reinhart is another guy that kind of reminds me of a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins-esque player, but in his own right. He can play center, more fitted on the wing, but the Coyotes need a little bit more scoring depth. And I think if you add a guy like Sam Reinhart, you instantly add that accountability up front. And he needs a change of scenery. I think he's done with Buffalo, especially with everything that's gone on with Eichel this season. I would expect Sam Reinhart to want to get out of this drama. He signed a one-year deal last year with Buffalo, hoping things would turn around this year. That wasn't the case. I think he has played his last game with the Sabres. And I think the Sam Reinhart situation in Arizona would be a nice fit. Now we're going to head to free agency. I think they should sign a couple of guys in particular. One being Brett Ritchie or Brendan Lemieux. That little bit of a grinder, pesky, power forward-esque guy. Let's be honest, Lawson Krause is that for the Coyotes, Christian Dvorak to an extent, but I want to see them add a little bit more sandpaper in that bottom six. You had a guy like Brett Ritchie who had a couple of really good weeks with the Calgary Flames. He could jump in, as well as a guy like Brendan Lemieux, who's currently with the LA Kings. If they don't re-sign him, and the LA Kings have been around town in Arizona, the Coyotes may have been seeing Brendan Lemieux recently. Maybe they decide to go with him instead. And I think they should go big game hunting with defense. Pick up right shot defenseman Dougie Hamilton playing with the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, again, this goes on the idea that he won't re-sign with the Carolina Hurricanes this summer. But if you're not able to bring in a guy in free agency because of everything that's gone on with the ownership and management in Arizona, what if you look at Nashville and maybe ask about the price tag for a guy like Mattias Ekholm? I know it seems like a little bit of not a stretch, but it seems like a bit of a risk because there is one more year left on Mattias Ekholm's contract. Would the Coyotes want to be getting into that situation? They'd probably need a sign-and trade with the Nashville Predators on that kind of trade. But that's something that I absolutely think that, again, the Arizona Coyotes are just that crazy team. if they picked up a guy like Mattias Ekholm, that would be a great addition and would kind of replace some of the veteran leadership they are likely going to lose this summer with guys like Alex Goligoski, Jason Demers, and Nicholas Hjalmarsson. I don't see them keeping all three of those guys. So you bring in a little bit of veteran leadership, and let's be honest, a more quality defenseman in a guy like Mattias Ekholm puts the Coyotes back in that conversation as a playoff team, getting a guy like Ekholm. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think the Arizona Coyotes should do here in the 2021 off season? Just to recap, I think they should hire Claude Julien as the next head coach of the Yotes. They should trade former top 5 draft pick Barrett Hayton for a defenseman, whether that's a guy like Jakob Zaboral, Ryan Graves, Oliver Chillington. I don't know where the value stands for Barrett Hayton at this point, but I would expect a decent return for a guy like Barrett Hayton. Trade for the Buffalo Sabres Sam Reinhart. I think Sam Reinhart would be a great depth move for the Arizona Coyotes and instantly add some scoring in that top 6 along guys like, a guy like Christian Dvorak, a guy like Clayton Keller, Nicholas Schmaltz, what's his name? Small guy. Forgot his name. Connor Garland. And now you have Sam Reinhart. That's a really solid top 6 forward core for the Arizona Coyotes. And then they should make a couple free agent signings. What about a guy like Dougie Hamilton? What about a guy like Brett Ritchie or Brendan Lemieux? Add a little bit of sandpaper, add a little bit of grit to your team. And if you can't get Dougie Hamilton in free agency, maybe take a look at a guy like Mattias Ekholm, who is with the Nashville Predators. Maybe try and get a trade done for him. So let me know what you guys think down below. If you guys like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, you guys already know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and an even bigger subscribe down below. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.